This is a 2006 Ford Focus with a 2-liter engine. Today we'll be replacing the power steering pump. So we will have to remove the drive belt. So in order to remove the drive belt, which is located here, we will have to loosen the tensioner, relieve the tension from the belt with a 13mm wrench, and by pushing it downward as so. You can get to the drive belt either A, by lifting it like I did, or removing the front tire, and there would be a cover here. However, their cover is gone, so it makes it a little easier. So we're gonna go ahead and release the tension and remove the belt and get to the power steering pump. Now that we've removed the drive belt, we're just gonna tuck it down underneath the power steering, or I guess let it fall. Then remove 4 bolts total holding it. There'll be 2 in this little area here, 1 down here, and then 1 behind a hose down here that we will get to once we remove this hose. So once you remove the 2 top bolts located here and here, the reservoir will come out from here with the O-ring, and there will be a hose that is clamped in that you will remove. Also the switch you can also remove. After doing so, you kind of see everything else. There is this hose at the bottom right here. It requires an 18mm wrench. I wasn't able to get it from this area right here to loosen up and remove it. Some of y'all might be able to, however I wasn't, so I had to go ahead and remove the pulley. You do need a special tool to remove the pulley. Some of y'all might be crafty and figure something out, let me know. But once you remove that pulley, you can go ahead and use an 18mm wrench to remove this bottom hose, the bottom line, and then remove the 2 other bolts, the one here, behind here, and the other one directly behind this line here. After we do that, the pump will come right out. So after some time, I was able to remove the power steering pump. We did have to remove the pulley with a special tool to get to the bolt right here, located right here. So some advice, you actually don't have to like pull these out. You can actually leave them in place, just keep unscrewing until they come out. And by doing so, you can actually pull the pump out like that. Before I was able to do that, you do have to loosen the line that goes to the power steering pump at the bottom with the number 18 wrench. Just keep kind of turning it over and over. It'll seem like you'll be turning forever. That's exactly why I just went ahead and got a number 10 wrench, started just working this until it was all the way out. The moment I did that, that line came straight out. So it'll just keep turning, but it'll feel like it's still threaded in there, however it's not. So once you do so, once you take out those 2 bolts, just pull it right out. So next thing we're gonna do before we replace it, we're actually gonna replace this reservoir hose right here. And to do so, we're gonna have to go from the bottom to remove the tabs that are located right at the bottom there. So let's get to it. With a disconnector tool that goes into the hose like so on the other end and releases all the tabs. As you can see from here, there are 4 tabs all around that hold it in place. So I can use a pick, anything small that could fit in there, and just kind of twist it around and get it out. Luckily for me, and this was a lot easier, so I definitely recommend using one of these to get it out. Literally just popped it in, twisted it, and pulled it out. So now that we've removed the reservoir hose, we're going to install a new one and then install a new power steering pump. Before installing the new power steering pump, we will need to remove this little O-ring here and replace it with the new one. So go ahead and get a pick and remove that first. And then we'll put a new one in and install the new power steering pump. We've mounted the power steering pump into place, plug that in. All we have to do is install the pulley and reinstall the drive belt and install the new reservoir hose. Just a little hint for those of y'all who have a stubborn power steering line at the bottom, I just put the bolts, I set the bolts into the new power steering pump, and I just set them in there. And then place the power steering pump up onto the line Then kind of just hand tighten that in, and then use the wrench to tighten these mounts into place, these bolts mounting into place, and then tighten this into place. So now we just have to go back and do everything else, and then we'll be done. Alright, now we have our pulley in place. I'm just gonna reinstall the drive belt. Then I'll just have to install the new reservoir hose, which just snaps or pops in, and put a hose clamp on, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.